All right, we are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. This is a very special impromptu stream I'm going to be doing here this early Wednesday morning. I'm sorry, early Tuesday morning, getting my days mixed up. No fancy intro, none of that stuff. We're just going to get right to it. I have some information I'd like to share publicly and, with my audience as well, regarding some things that I've been dealing with my business and some other, creators that were on YouTube, but now are on a different platform. It's just been one big unnecessary mess. Before I get to that, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it is rolling properly, and it is. And let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it looks like it just did. And let me do a sound check. I'm going to be doing here this early Wednesday morning. I'm sorry, early Tuesday morning, getting my days mixed up. Yeah, hang on just a second here. Tuesday morning, getting my days mixed up. All right, it looks like everything is rolling well. All right. David M. Hello. 8 people here, huh? 8 people here already. I didn't promote this. They've got the notification set. And they love drama, and they just want to know what's going on. I don't like drama. I'm not about drama. Other people are about creating drama on this platform, and some of them amp things up and take it into real life and do things that are unnecessary, ridiculous, take things way too far just to get attention. And I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore regarding this type of behavior from, grown adults out here on the platform. And for the most part, over the last several years, I've been doing this for over 6 years full time. I've learned how to deal with this, and I've learned to ignore trolls and haters and all that. But when you have a few people that are attacking my business that's been in commerce since 2011, and, they're trying to, steal my business, create business identity theft. It's really sad. I was not going to talk about this. I have been talking about it for the past few days because there's a court case coming up regarding myself and another former YouTuber that basically lost her channel because she was impersonating my business, which also has a YouTube channel since 2015 called the January Networking Association, or GNA for short. This woman did some things, filed some things, knowing that, I've had this business name since 2011, and filed a lawsuit on me about 3 months ago or so, 3.5 months ago, stating that I wrongfully flagged her channel down for impersonation. And that's certainly not the truth. She was impersonating my channel. This woman filed for a business license here in my hometown. She lives in Florida. She filed for a business license here in my hometown of Redwood City, California, when she lives in Florida. I've been running my business, the January Networking Association, or GNA for short, since 2011 as a sole proprietor. At this point, I haven't felt the need up until this point to create an LLC or incorporate or anything like that. You can run a business as a sole proprietor. I've gotten all the necessary tax stuff done. I have a federal employer identification number, I believe, since 2013, and a seller's permit, I believe, since 2016 for the state of California. I can resell stuff with a California tax ID, and I have a federal employer identification number since 2013. But apparently there's one step I missed that I wasn't aware of. I was honestly not aware of the fact that you are required to have a business license, even as a sole proprietor, even if you run an online business, even if you make minimal sales or no sales at all, you need to file for a business license in your city. Now, had I known that, I would have done that a long time ago. So what this woman did is, she, was unhappy about the fact that I didn't want to do an interview on her channel about 7 or 8 months ago. And after I declined to do an interview with her, after I heard the type of content she creates, which is not in alignment with what I want to create, she got upset. Good morning, Lauren. There's a 1-minute delay between what I say and what goes out here. Yeah, I'll catch you up, Lauren. I'll catch everyone up. Thank you for being here. Please moderate the chat. Anyone that's trolling or attacking, just remove them if I don't get to them first, Lauren. Thank you so much for that. So, like I said, she intentionally filed for a business license, and then she took that business license information and filed for an LLC here in California under my same company name, the January Networking Association, or GNA for short. And recently, she also filed for incorporation of my business name here in the state of California. This is all done on the Secretary of State website through the Secretary of State, the California Secretary of State Department. This is what this is all done through, right? Eli, they can make all the social media accounts with that name and logo. It doesn't change a thing. No, I know, Lauren. And I'm going to update you folks right now because there's been some updates, and I'm going to share those here with you folks. I also shared a community post on Coach Eli 2, and I also shared it here on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. Bruley Lawrence says, actually, since they did all that, it may have straightened your case. No, it has. It has. But I want to make the public aware because I'm really, really tired of people being abused on this platform and other social media sites. I'm really tired of people having to deal, with these types of things that certain people do just to get attention. No problem. I'm on it while I get ready for work. Yeah, no worries, Lauren. I got the chat too. And, if somebody trolls, who cares? We'll laugh at them and move on, Them attempting to cover their tracks is going to work against them. You can't make this stuff up. No, I know. Well, one major thing happened today. And one major thing happened today, and it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me one bit. And I'm certainly going to be using this as evidence to present to the court. Just to also make it clear, folks, when you're sued in small claims court, you're allowed to talk to the other party. You're allowed to publicly talk about the case. You're allowed to say whatever you want to say. It's small claims court. Now, you got to watch what you say, too, because if you say stuff, even on the internet, it can be used against you, right? And last night, after I did a Walking with Purpose stream on my secondary channel, Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, please go below in the description and click the link and subscribe to that channel as well if you haven't. I did a stream to talk about this and to talk about a guy named Coach J. I'm not going to mention his full name. let's just go. Let's just read the topic right now, real quick. Coach J threatens me again, plus other updates regarding my business case. One more time. The topic is Coach J threatens me again, plus other updates regarding my business case. So yeah, after I did my stream last night, or early in the late afternoon, early evening, Coach J and his business partner that sued me for wrongfully flagging her YouTube channel down for impersonation. That's what she's suing me for. This has nothing to do with trademark infringement. This has nothing to do with anything besides the fact that YouTube removed her channel for impersonating my GNA, January Networking Association channel that's been in existence since 2015. She used the same business name as her channel name, and she also created a very similar star logo to replicate my business as a way to troll me. That's the bottom line is it was done for trolling purposes initially, and now it's been amped up because I firmly believe no matter what Coach J says, he put her up to this. He denies that. He's denied that in a recent stream that both these people did on Rumble. And I'm just not buying it, Coach J. I'm not. And I'm not buying the fact that you said you hid your channel so you can, then go home because you're on the road and download all your videos. And then you ended up saying that you hid your channel because you no longer want to deal with me anymore. Well, sir, you no longer want to deal with me because you've gotten yourself into one big hot legal mess with me, and you're involved in this legally now. David M., are you ever going to unban people on your other channel in the future? Some YouTubers unban people after 6 months or so. If I decide to do that, David, I will. If I don't, I don't. I'm not looking to deal with people that are not here for the right reasons. Anyone that's supporting this frivolous lawsuit or is still attacking and trolling will not ever be welcome back. Besides that, I may unban people down the road at my discretion. If that happens, I'll discuss it at that time. But thank you for the question. Thank you for being here. Again, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out here. Give me a second here. So before I share with you folks what Coach J said, I'm going to talk about a few of the things that the woman that's suing me mentioned in her stream, and also Coach J mentioned. There was one thing mentioned regarding when I made a statement. I was saying that, I might subpoena Coach J unless he removes himself from continuing to, do what he's doing for this fraudulent business that was created to steal my business name. And I said, I'm going to give you until Friday. This is my request. I'm not threatening you in any way, shape, or form. I'm not, I'm not blackmailing you. These people like to spin things way out of context, right? Those type of comments, okay? Yes, Lauren, they're fine. Lauren says, yeah, if you come in this chat asking questions for those fake people, don't bother typing. Right. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it. Right. Thank you for being here, Lauren. They spin things way out of context. And then they threaten to use that against you legally, which holds no legal recourse. So I was mentioning that, hey, I might end up subpoenaing Coach J and ask him, point blank under penalty of perjury in the court of law. Were you the one that made the woman that duplicated my business and is creating all this mess? Were you the one that told her to do that. Because I know he was the one. I know this was his idea because he pulled the same thing on me over 2.5 years ago, right here on this main channel when it used to be called The Grip on Life. He created an LLC on that name, and he started to say, I now own a grip on life and blah, blah, whatever, right? And I said, fine, you can have it. I was going to change my channel name to my actual name, which is what it is now, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, right? Lauren says, and my mod game isn't strong ever, but they're super sensitive and block trolls constantly, so the same will happen while I'm modding here, right? Brutally Lauren furthermore says, we aren't sensitive, but we block trolls that hurt our feelings. LMAO, fake people. Yeah, you're right about that, Lauren. You're right. Yeah. So I was on my walk and I was just mentioning that I know Coach Jay's on the road and he's, not at home. And there's only about 5 weeks left before the court case, and it might be difficult to serve him. I told him, I said, if need be, I'll request for a continuance, an extension to do so. And it's my right to do that. I can request whatever I want. It's up to the judge if they want to accept it or not. QHC's understudy? Oh, you're talking about Queen Helen Casey. Yeah, you're at the same level as her. You've been around just as long as Queen has been, Lauren, maybe even a little bit longer. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And after I was saying that, I can ask for a continuance, I mentioned that my mother used to work for the San Mateo County, clerk's office for 25 years, and she knows everyone in San Mateo County at the county buildings, including where the court case is at in South San Francisco. And the woman was saying, well, that is like, what do you call it? A scare tactic or something. I can't remember exactly how she stated it, right? But she was saying to the extent that, it's a scare tactic or something like that. And me stating that could get the case, moved back to Florida or something like that, right? You took me way out of context. What I meant by that is that my mother knows everyone, and she knows the law. She knows what you can file for and what you can't, and what will probably get approved and what won't get approved. That's what I meant by that. And you took me out of context on purpose to amp it up to your audience, right? So yeah, I mean, if you want to go ahead and mention that, play that clip for the judge, that's fine. Okay. And here's the thing. I would have no problem with the venue being changed, because here's the thing. The venue has to remain in California and has to actually remain in San Mateo County, because you filed your business license, which is the only reason why you're even able to file this lawsuit, right? So it has to happen in San Mateo County. But even if, let's say, you request for, the case to be moved elsewhere because you're seeing my mother's former employment, and me making a statement saying my mother knows everyone, in San Mateo County at the county buildings, even where the case is held at in South San Francisco. If you're going to try to claim there's a conflict of interest, they're going to probably laugh at you. But even if they don't, and they say, okay, let's move it to Santa Clara County, or let's move it to Stanislaus County, or Sacramento County. She's saying, oh, I could try to get it, moved back here to Florida, and he'd have to come out to Florida. It's not going to happen, because you fraudulently duplicated my business here in California. And this woman obviously filed for a business license in the same city where I live, right? With the intent to try to steal my business, creating business identity fraud. right? So any other state cannot handle a case regarding a California issue. So that's not going to happen. But if you want to get it moved to Santa Clara County, Marin County, Alameda County, Sacramento County, Stanislaus County, that's where, remember Scott Peterson? They moved his case from Stanislaus County to San Mateo County, the actual Redwood City building where my mother used to work at. My mother was actually working as a divorce clerk when the Scott Peterson trial was happening at the same building where my mother worked at in downtown Redwood City, California, right? Brutally Lawrence says, actually, now that you say that, you could even take that name and company info stuff back too, even after he stole it from me. Well, I'm going to share with you folks things I haven't shared over the last month and a half that I haven't been talking about this, because I do want both Coach Jay and his partner, the woman that's suing me, I do want them to both know what I've done, because I want them to look into it. I want them to see what's going on. Okay? Because I've been doing a lot of clerical work over the last month and a half, and they don't know what's going on. But they're going to find out. They are. I'm going to share it, and they can look into it themselves. Right? Full transparency here. Right? Brutally Lawrence says, can you imagine playing around on YouTube and being on here so much that you try to take businesses and or ideas from another channel because you have nothing? LMAO. It's quite sad. It is. It's very sad. I'm sure that, I'm not trying to put words in the judge's mouth, and I'm saying this respectfully. I respect the law. I respect the court system, but I got to put myself in the judge's position. If I was a judge presiding over this case, you know what? Judge Judy. Brutally Lauren, what do you think Judge Judy would say about this? Judge Judy would have a field day with this case. Sabrina Garza, welcome to the show. Good morning, Eli. Happy to see you live this early. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you for being here. So yeah, there was no intent there to scare, to make any threats or to scare anyone by stating that my mother knows everybody. I mentioned that because my mother knows the law and she knows people that know the law. And if I need to get information on what I can file and can't file and what will probably get approved and what won't, I can go to her or other resources, right? Nothing wrong with that. So that's that. Brutally Lawrence says, I won't say anything else about how your case is now better and stronger, but stronger now. But let's just say they should have done their homework. No, of course. So here's another thing right now. On that same live stream, Coach Jay threatened me. You did threaten me, Coach Jay, and I have the audio. I downloaded the entire video from Rumble. I have the video, and then I clipped out the 1-minute portion where he threatened me. And for the time being, it's on. If you want to hear that clip in audio format, I hosted it elsewhere. I shared the link on my community tab on Coach Eli too, and then here also on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. Listen to it. It's about a minute long or so. But I'm going to tell you what he said. I wrote it down. I want you folks to listen or to hear what I say here regarding this, okay? So give me 1 second here. I just got to find where I put it. I had it somewhere. Let me see here. Let me see. Give me 1 second here, folks, because oh, I know where I put it. I put it in here. There it goes. Coach J. Threat words. There's a lot more, so stick around. Lauren says, Most creators come to YouTube because they are content creators. These people think they can come here and copy from creators. I don't think so. Burley Lauren furthermore says, ha ha ha, Judy would kick ass, take names, and entertain us at the same time. Probably so. Probably so. Here's what Coach J said. Okay. Here's what Coach J said. Coach J, isn't that Johnny? No, it's not Johnny. That's not Johnny. It's not Johnny. It's the other guy. His name rhymes with CD-ROM, like a DVD-ROM or CD-ROM. Okay. All right. This is what he said. And you can go listen to it by clicking the link on my community tab. He goes, "You've got to get that done right now." He's talking to me, right? On the stream with the woman that's suing me. He says, "Go get it done. Please, for all the love of all things holy." For all the love of all things holy, man? I never knew you were some Bible thumper, man. Go get this done because I want to be there. Oh, you really want to be there, huh? You can just show up if you want. You can be a spectator. Okay? Even if you don't get subpoenaed. Furthermore, he says, "I don't want to be there." Well, you just said you want to be there. Now you say you don't want to be there. So he goes, "I don't want to be there if I don't have to be." Yeah. Do you want to waste the time and spend the money to come out here for a frivolous lawsuit? So he's like, "I don't want to be there if I don't have to be, but I really want to be there to laugh in your face after court." He goes, "But I really want to be there to laugh in your face after court." So how professional of you, Coach J. Now you're on this fake pretend board of this fake stolen business, which we're going to handle that, right? You guys, they're actually trying to run this business as a legitimate one, and they're trying to come off professional for the case, but I'm not buying it, and neither are you folks. Burley Lawrence says, "Did he threaten you like in the last couple of days?" It was yesterday. It was literally last night. It was literally probably about 10 hours ago. This is fresh, and I have it. It's fresh. Bad move. Bad move. "I thought he was hiding because his fake silver play button story didn't go the way he wanted to." Yeah, that's all a bunch of garbage. Nothing new. He's been lying about a lot of things for years, but I'm not here to criticize the guy about his lies. It's one thing to lie. It's another thing to break the law by stealing a man's business and conspiring with someone else to help them steal my business and then try to make it seem legit, right? Burley Lauren furthermore says, "By the way, welcome Sabrina and the many others that are up this early hate watching." Yeah, you're right, Lauren. Burley Lauren furthermore says, "Coach J isn't the coach." Again, someone pretending to be a creator. Yeah, you're right. Let's continue. This is furthermore what he said. Okay. So he's like, "But I really want to be there to laugh in your face after court." And then he goes, "Here's the threat. You tell me if this is a threat. Because I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot. Because I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot and laugh at you." I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you feel that's a threat. Okay? He says, "Because I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot and laugh at you." That's a threat. "I can't wait to call you a cuck right to your fucking face, bro." How professional of you, right? How professional of you, right? I got the clip ready, and I will be playing that in court whether you show up or not, because you're a part of the woman that's suing me that thinks she owns this company. You're a part of that. You're representing her. So we're going to mention to the judge that someone on the board of his business that's been harassing me on YouTube for years along with her is saying this stuff, and you can hear his voice. It's as clear as night and day. No doubt about it. Burley Lawrence says, "Board? Seriously? LMAO." Yeah. Well, not only did she get an LLC through the state of California, now she got the company incorporated through the state of California, the same department, the Secretary of State Department. Don't worry, I'll share more about that in just a little bit. Oh, of course she's listening. Of course she's listening. Sabrina Garza says 1. Brutally Lawrence says they really think people are stupid, or they're stupid and they think they are pulling one over on people. Eli, over on people's Eli, a guy like him, his bite isn't even scary. Brutally Lawrence says 1. Furthermore, she says life coaches don't act or talk like that. I rest my case. Right. And they say the same thing about me, right? So after, once again, Coach J says, but I really want to be there to laugh in your face after court because I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot and laugh at you. I can't wait to call you a cuck right to your fucking face, bro. And then the woman says, after that, she goes, yeah, and unfortunately calling someone a name is not a crime. And he said the same thing. You're right about that. Calling someone a name is not a crime. But saying, I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot and laugh at you is a threat. That's enough to get a restraining order and enough to almost practically get this case thrown out. Now, you can sit there and come back all you want. But if you were seriously trying to run this business, right, even if you had a different name, but in this case, you've stolen my business name or you're trying to, right? Coach J just ruined your case. And you're going to come and say, oh, the facts are the facts. I have a business license and you know, I have an LLC and I have an incorporation. I have articles of incorporation and I have a federal employer identification number. Well, for now, but wait until you hear more because you're going to want to do your homework and research the rest of the week and be prepared for court. This is called disclosure, right? Let's call this disclosure because that's what attorneys are supposed to do. Now, in small claims court, you don't have attorneys. Unless you lose the case, then you can actually, what do you call it? If you lose the case, you can appeal and then have an attorney present. But in actual court cases that are not small claims, there's something called disclosure, right? Right? You have to disclose everything. So right now, I'm disclosing everything. So listen up. Brutally Lawrence says, let her get one in every state. Cover your tracks. I've got a registered trademark pending again, Lauren. And I'm going to share more about that. I'm probably going to take a break in a second because this is going to go longer than I thought it would. And I need a little break because, you know, after talking about this even for 30 minutes, you know, I just need to take a break and use the restroom and get a little more coffee, you know. Do it all from your, okay. Well, I wouldn't be writing what you're saying there, Lauren. But, you know, that's not me saying that. That's you. I'm not calling you any names, ma'am. I can't control what other people do. People are frustrated at you. The bottom line is they're frustrated at your behavior, right? Rudy Lauren, by the way, tell me about my upcoming cases and bench trials again. Lauren says, in my opinion, Vince McMahon has been in hot water for his behavior, and it is up in front because he's a business owner. Guess what? That behavior is doing to him in his business now. Yeah. No, I hear you. Lauren. I haven't really kept up too much about the Vince McMahon thing, but yeah, I mean, you got to be professional, and a lot of people are lacking professionalism nowadays. Okay. So go check out the community tab on Coach Eli 2 or the main channel here. I'm not going to keep that up for too long because I just don't want any negativity on my community wall. I want to keep it clean. I put it up there right now because I want you folks to hear proof of them doing this. And I want them to know that I got a copy of it and it's already clipped and ready for the judge. And that's just the way it is, right? That's just the way it goes. Lauren says, I comment so much on all this because they're mine and others' entertainment. I'm sorry that it affects you. However, we all know how this will end. Of course we know how it will end, right? So that is that. Now, I'm going to take a break right now real quick for about 5 minutes or so, a real quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to go another 30 minutes. I'm going to talk about my registered trademark status, or my trademark pending status, that is. I'm going to talk about some other things this woman stated regarding how she's going to oppose my trademark, and how she mentioned that it's not going to cost her anything. And I'm going to prove to you right on the screen here on the USPTO.gov, the United States Patent and Trademark Office website. I'm going to prove to you what it costs. And if she's willing to spend that amount of money to do this, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the incredible amounts of money this has cost them to try to steal my business that I've owned since 2011. It behooves me. Like, I don't have that kind of money to blow just to be able to, try to knock someone off of YouTube just because they don't like him, right? Brutally Lawrence says this is a childish game to them, using the court system and other resources, using companies for their gain. I'm actually highly entertained. Well, they're messing with my livelihood, so I'm not entertained by this. Maybe you are. Maybe you see it as stupid, and yeah, it is stupid, right? And yes, my insults are mine and mine alone. And she'll probably end up saying, well, Eli, that's your moderator and you could ban her. No, it's freedom of speech. Like you said, it's all words, right? You said the same thing, ma'am. You said, yeah. And unfortunately, calling someone a name is not a crime. So it works both ways, ma'am. There you go. But actually saying someone's going to face you down in the parking lot and laugh at you, face you down, right? Him saying face you down is basically hunting after you, right? That's a threat. Trust me, any judge will see that as a threat. Any judge. In the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Someone's saying, I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot, right? He specifically mentions facing you down and in the parking lot, not in the lobby of the courtroom or in the courtroom, but he wants to wait until I get out to the parking lot, and he wants to face me down when no one's around and laugh at me, right? Brutally Lawrence says, however, my insults are also a conscience. 99% of YouTubers agree with me. Trust that. I know, Lauren. I know. So we're going to talk about, the trademark status, how that's going to come into play. We're going to talk about how this woman is going to oppose my trademark once it gets to that state later on this year. I'm also going to mention some information that no one knows besides me. I'll put it out there publicly for the first time today. Full disclosure for you too, ma'am, regarding federal employer identification numbers. You're going to want to stick around and hear this, okay? I'm also going to share some more information regarding, filing some reports with the Secretary of State Department. I've also talked with the city of Redwood City, the department where she got the business license department. I've also talked with Redwood City Police. There's a lot I've been working on, and I'll share more about that to put out full disclosure, right? Full disclosure, right? I'll do that after the break. Brutally Lawrence says, no, Eli, I'm not entertained that you're being affected. I'm entertained the lengths they go to because they can't beat you no matter what. I'm not looking to compete with them, Lauren, and I know you're not saying that. Let me make it clear. I never wanted anything to do with this woman or Coach J. They've been harassing and bullying me for their entertainment content. Coach J for years, this woman for like the last 8 or 9 months. I never instigated this at all. They instigated it, right? I never started this. I never wanted anything to do with them. And I'm still not trying to compete with them. All I want to do is clear this up and secure my business to the point of where no one can ever do this to me again. That's all. That's all. Brutally Lawrence says, right, because he's Mr. Pull Up or Shut Up. Yeah, that's what he put on his channel. That's hidden right now, right? He hid it because he knows there's so much evidence against him right there that will affect the case for the woman that he's conspiring with on this, right? I meant conscious, LOL. Oh, he has no conscience, neither does she. They don't have any conscience, right? Right? They don't. They have zero conscience. None. So, let me do this. Let me step away and take a quick break here. It's going to be very short, probably about 5 minutes. All right. Rudy Lawrence says, Eli, you should do your homework on this woman's past, especially since she has done it to you. You need to know how troubled. Oh, I've seen everything. You're talking about Kiwi Farms, Lauren. I've seen everything, right? And quite honestly, like, I honestly, yes, what she's done is wrong, but I'm not even here to bash her for it. I actually feel sorry for her. I feel sorry for people like her and Coach J that have to do these dumb things to try to knock others down that are just trying to do something good for humanity because they need that to feel better about themselves, Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. That's Coach J. I'm confused. When did laughing at someone become a threat? You just lost your alpha card. My bad. I forgot you never had an alpha card. Sensitive people don't get to troll. Coach J, that's you. Either you or the woman, right? Sir, when you say, I cannot wait to face you down, that's a threat. You laughing at me? Not a problem, sir. You could laugh at me in court. But you specifically stated that you cannot wait to face me down in the parking lot, not in the hallway of the courtroom, or of the court, not in the court. You want to wait to get me out in the parking lot and face me down, sir. That's a threat. So get out of here. AZ Prod, I see you just hid that troll. Thank you for being here, bro. Sensitive people don't get to troll here. Beta, says Lauren. Brutally Lauren. Her business past is very, very shady. Yeah. And the bottom line is, and I said this too, like I don't wish harm upon anyone, including her. I actually feel really bad for her. She's going through a lot, right? And there are people that have attacked her deceased daughter. I've never done that. And honestly, I do feel for her regarding that. I can still have empathy for people despite the crazy things they're doing to me. That's how much of a better person I am. Brutally Lauren, I feel sorry for her too. She can't find a bingo hall that will welcome her, so she has to troll online from her couch. Brutally Lauren, I thought you were a big man, yet come in on a troll. Of course, that's what he does. He's triggered because he screwed up. He let his ego get to him. You lost your emotional self-control, and you put yourself and the woman suing me in a really bad position, and you basically put me in a very good position. I'm not saying that I wasn't initially, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, everyone, and I'll be right back in about 5 minutes or so. And we're going to go over a few more things. You're not going to want to miss it. Stick around. We'll be right back. We are back. We're just going to stretch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Missed the first part of the show. You're going to want to definitely go back and check out the replay if you're here live. I have the DVR, or otherwise known as the rewind feature, turned off on my live streams because I want people to be here exactly live so they can comment in the chat if they'd like, unless you're banned here. So that's why I do that. There's still a lot more to go over. I'm going to try to go through it in about 30 minutes or so because I need to get some rest. I've got some other things to do with my wonderful, beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Dawn, who's doing quite well. She's actually sleeping right now, which is what I should be doing. But after what happened last night, I just had to put it out there and, just let it ride. That's it, All right. Let's see here. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, no one's wishing harm upon her, not even myself. I actually do feel for her. That still doesn't give her the right to break laws and stuff. Hey, Wrestler Mania, how you doing? Hey, Eli, good morning from a snowy Pennsylvania, still coming down pretty good. Hey, great to see you, man. It's been a while. Hope all is going well. Yeah, I'm dealing with a frivolous small claims court lawsuit. Someone that's been trying to duplicate my business that I've been running since 2011. So if you missed the first part of the show and you want to know what's going on, go back and check it out on the replay. But great to see you, Wrestler Mania, and hope all is well with you and yours. Let me check out and make sure that everything's still rolling well. Give me a second. Just let it ride. That's it, All right, all is rolling well. Burley Lawrence says, busy man has time on his hands. I mean, with all the new gyms he's got, plus a full life coaching schedule, he still has time to drive a truck to deliver manure, let's just put it that way, and pretend he's got a business. Well, you know what? He can do whatever he wants as long as he's not messing with my livelihood. He can do whatever he wants. And if people want to believe him, that's up to them. I mean, that's all I'm going to say about that, Lauren. People can do whatever they want as long as they're not bothering other people in frivolous and harmful ways and illegal ways in this case, right? All right, so let's get back to this here. The first thing I'm going to talk about during the second half of the show is regarding my trademark. Let me explain this once again before I show you the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Hey, Alex, the Beer Master, how you doing? Good morning, Eli. My friend, hope you're doing well. I've been watching the live stream. Appreciate you. And I also got some good news. Monetized. Congratulations. Big round of applause to Alex, the Beer Master. Congratulations, brother. It's about time, bro. Yeah, I'm still monetized on 2 channels. Been monetized here on the Coach Eli, Elias, Melas channel for over 4 years. And almost around 2 years on Coach Eli 2 authentic live streams, thanks to my beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Dawn. But congratulations to you. And I believe Wrestler Mania has been monetized for a while, and he's doing well. I got to check you guys out. I really got to get to your channels, folks. I've just been really busy with things, regarding my girlfriend's health and just trying to help her, become more healthy and dealing with this, this situation regarding my business and this small claims court lawsuit, Really Lawrence says, and a huge channel no one knows about that has thousands of followers. Supposedly it has 100K subscribers if he's getting this silver play button that he's going to not show the name of the channel. Oh, man. Anyway, I mean, wow. I don't know. Alex the Beer Master says, what's up there, Lauren? It's great to see some of the OGs, the old school, the original gangsters. The original gangsters are in the house tonight. Brutally Lauren, Wrestler Mania, Alex the Beer Master, OGs, right? Love you all, folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. So when I started the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short, I originally got a registered trademark. I think it was about a year or so after I started the business, or a little less than that. And registered trademarks, once they're approved, it was approved, and I had a fully registered trademark for 6 years. At the 6-year mark, there's a little maintenance you have to do. You have to submit some information to keep it active for the remaining 4 years of each 10-year term. And because I was so busy during that time, I actually missed it. And I tried to save the trademark, but the trademark was canceled. So what ended up happening was I refiled for the trademark shortly after that, back in 2020. And for the last 3.5 years or so, I was going back and forth with the trademark attorney that was handling my case, because there was another business that was using the GNA acronym, but meaning a different name. Now you can use the same acronym with a different business name, but the trademark attorney was saying that, my business, the way that I filed it was too similar. It was creating a likelihood of confusion with the other trademark that was pending during that time, which actually got registered. And I had one final chance to save the trademark. I hired a trademark attorney, and he wasn't able to save it. And I think the attorney made a mistake, because I realized what I needed to do and what should have been done. Had I done what I'm doing now to save the second time I filed, I would have probably had a fully registered trademark again right now. But what happened was, my trademark was abandoned. I could have appealed it and tried to get it back, but instead I refiled, because that gives me protection from someone else filing. So if I didn't refile, then they could have gone and filed a trademark on my business name before me, and getting their application in before mine could potentially, give them the opportunity to, steal the business, right? So right now, currently, since December, I have a registered trademark, or have a trademark pending. It's not registered. It's a trademark pending, right? That's where we're at. And you have limited rights with a trademark pending. You also have what's known as common law trademark rights. Even if you don't have a registered trademark, you have common law trademark rights, to the point of where they can't do what they're doing now, even without a trademark pending or registered trademark. Let's see. Thank you, Eli. I appreciate it, buddy. You're very welcome, bro. Brutally Lawrence says, Eli, I can send you a silver play button if you want. Trust me, they're easy to obtain if you want to be fake. No. And AZ Prod says, $75 play buttons on eBay. No, I'm not interested. I'll earn mine the right way. Even if it takes me 10 more years to get to 100K subs, I'll earn mine the right way. Honestly, it's a great milestone to hit, and I love what YouTube does for milestones. But right now, I don't care about the registered. Sorry, I do care about the trademark. I don't care about the play button. I care about just creating good content and helping people. But thank you for that. All right, so right now, I'm in a trademark pending status. I refiled my trademark. I have the same star logo with a similar design as the original one. It's in a trademark pending status. Okay. Now, what happens, once it goes through the process, and they're pretty backed up, so it may not go through the process until, later on this year during summer or towards the end of the year. At the point of where my trademark pending gets approved, before it can be registered, it has to be published on the USPTO's Trademark Gazette website, and people have 30 days to oppose it, right? So that means this woman is going to have 30 days to oppose my trademark from registering, and she said she's going to oppose it. That's fine. But what she also mentioned on her stream was that it doesn't cost anything, and that's not true. I'll get to that in a second. WrestleMania coming next week. I will be going to my financial guy. I think I will be able to retire and make YouTube my full-time passion. Fingers crossed. Congratulations, WrestleMania. Big round of applause. Congratulations, bro. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, man. God bless you and more power to you, man. Brody Lawrence says, LMAO, AZ, haha, right? About the $75 fake silver play button, right? Let me switch on over to the browser screen and go to the official United States Patent and Trademark Office website, uspto.gov, G-O-V, .gov, right? Let us go over there right now. There it is. You see, it says trademark FAQs, okay? And let me move this over a little bit here because people are not going to be able to see this. Let me move this over here. Okay. Yeah, right there, okay? Now, let's see. It says here, you see this right here? How can I oppose a mark listed in the TMOG? That's in the Trademark Official Gazette. Once it gets approved, before it can be registered, it has to be published in the Trademark Official Gazette, and people have 30 days to oppose it, right? So let's read this here, okay? She knows this, but, or maybe she didn't know it. Maybe she just was thinking it was going to be free. Once the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office, publishes a trademark in the TMOG, the Trademark Official Gazette, any party who believes he or she will be damaged by the registration of the trademark has 30 days either to file an opposition to the trademark with the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board or to request an extension of time to file a notice of opposition. You must pay a fee of $400 for each class of goods or services that you oppose when filing a notice of opposition electronically through the TTAB electronic system, ESTTA. That's where you file it on the, on that website, right? And $500 if filing on paper. So it's going to cost at least $400, and I'm sure, if she ends up doing it, it'll be electronically, right? An opposition submitted without the required fee will not be accepted. There is no fee for requesting an extension of time to file a notice of opposition. Okay. The TTAB requests that all TTAB submissions be made online using ESTTA. If you need more information, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So here you go. You must pay a fee of $400 for each class of goods or services that you oppose when filing a notice of opposition electronically through the TTAB electronic system. So, I mean, if you're someone in her shoes doing this, okay, would you spend $400 on something that's not going to make a difference? It will delay me probably for a month or two from getting the trademark, but I'll eventually get it registered. And here's why. I used to have a trademark, and that proves I've had my business in commerce since 2011. I also have a federal employer identification number, which I'll get to in a second. I've had that since 2013. And I believe since 2015 or 2016, I've had a California seller's permit, meaning that I can buy products without tax and then resell them with tax. And then because you can only charge tax once in the state of California, okay, when you're selling stuff. And so what would happen is if I was going to sell products that are taxable, I would buy them from a distributor with my seller's permit number, my reseller's number, and I wouldn't pay tax. When I would sell them to the customers, I would charge them tax. And then at the end of the year, I would pay the tax to, the Tax and Fee Administration here in California. That's how it works. That's how I've been doing it for years. Now, I haven't sold anything in years. I did sell, things for resale in the past, but I still file taxes every year. Even if you have no sales, you have to file zero tax because that keeps your seller's permit active. Okay. So that's that. Okay. So, hey, if you want to spend $400 to try to stop a trademark that, I've had it registered in the past. I've had it in commerce since 2011. And my federal employer identification number and seller's permit. I've had them longer than you. You don't have a seller's permit, at least maybe not yet, but she got a federal employer identification number recently. I'm going to share more about that in a second. But yeah, there's absolutely no way. There's no way that she'll be able to prove that she's had this business longer. Okay. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Okay. Let's go back to full screen here. Okay. Before I do that, let me just fix that for future usage there. Let me read the chat real quick here. Burley Lawrence says, I was wondering how he feels being the only content creator to get a call from YouTube to tell him he's getting it. Yeah, they don't call you. They just mail it to you. AZ Prod is crying out of laughter. He's saying that to Lauren. Burley Lauren, I'm starting a new business today. It's high cholesterol cooking class. I'm calling it Coach J on the couch. I think it has a nice ring to it, and I didn't have to use much effort. AZ Prod, I'm already a big fan of your new business, Lauren. Burley Lauren says, AZ, so it's safe to say I already have clients then. Can I count you in? That's great. Oh, man. All right. A few more things here before I go off the air, because I am getting a little bit tired. Full disclosure. So, when I first found out that the woman that's suing me created an LLC through the Secretary of State's website, I went to look for information on how to report that. And I cannot remember what department it was. I don't think it was the Department of Justice. It was another department of the state of California. And they emailed me back and said that what I first need to do is file a police report with my local police department, Redwood City Police, for business identity theft. And that's something that I'm talking about here for the first time, all in full disclosure. So I did file the report, and the report was approved. And I have had that report for quite a while now. So this has been reported to Redwood City Police because I cannot take any action with the state of California or any other government agency until I first report that this has been committed. Okay. So that is that. That report, I will bring that to court and submit it to the judge. Again, I'm going to try to keep a lot of these documents confidential. I just want the judge to see them so the judge knows what's going on. But I'm trying to keep as much of these reports private because them going public and getting in the wrong hands could create issues. But I do have a police report reporting this with the Redwood City Police Department. I've also filed the report with the Secretary of State, and I'm going to be following up with them this week regarding the LLCs or the LLC that was created. In addition, she actually also just created, she I guess incorporated this business that she's trying to steal from me. Business identity theft. So that's also on the Secretary of State website, and that's also, being reported, and I will be dealing with them and getting them the necessary information that they need so they can see what's going on. I'm a sole proprietor. I'm not required to file for an LLC or incorporate. Just because someone's a sole proprietor doesn't mean someone can come in and, number one, apply and get a business license on your business name in your hometown when they live 2,500 miles away in Florida, right? And then use that business license saying that this is my business. Now I want to make it an LLC, and now I want to incorporate it. It doesn't work like that, right? It doesn't work like that. So that is that. Now, the final thing that I'm going to talk about is the federal employer identification number. This is the most important thing right here. This is the biggest thing right here. And let me see. No new chats yet? Okay, so we're good. This is one thing that the lady that's suing me is going to want to look into as soon as possible, immediately. Because and now all this stuff I'm talking about, all of this is publicly available. Okay. I will also state that, and there's nothing wrong saying this, she did actually offer me a settlement agreement. And I'm not going to go into the details of that because I'm keeping that confidential. I'm respecting that. But, there was a settlement agreement that was offered, and I just ignored that. There's no way I'm going to be settling this, right? But as part of that settlement agreement, and I'm not putting this out there publicly. I'm just sharing. She actually sent me a copy of her federal employer identification number that she got this past January 2024. And she also was saying that I should settle because she knows I don't have a federal employer identification number, and she has one. And, when we go to court and I don't have that, it's going to prove that she owns the business. Well, I've been saying all along, ma'am, that I do have a federal employer identification number since 2013. And the fact that you sent me your federal employer identification number, you you blacked out the top portion with the number, but you missed another spot in the first paragraph where the number is there. So I appreciate you sending me that, because that allowed me to contact the IRS, which is short for the Internal Revenue Service, where you get the federal employer identification numbers for a business. I filed a report online with the IRS because, before I get to that, I had already seen this, but in addition, this woman suing me, on top of sending me a copy of her federal employer identification number, she sent me a paper and highlighted the section where you're not there. The IRS does not allow duplicate federal employer identification numbers, FEINs, from the same business, right? I knew that already. Well, thank you for sending me something I already knew. And you're thinking I'm BSing you all this time that I don't have an FEIN, but I have. I don't have to tell you that number, and I'm not going to put that out there unless it's necessary. That's for people that eventually end up working, for my business, or that's the way I also file taxes for myself for money that's made through the GNA, right? So I filled out an online report, basically giving them her FEIN, Federal Employer Identification Number, and then mine. A couple days later, I followed up by making a phone call to the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, directly. And I was talking with this guy, and I was making him aware that I do have a police report, and I am reporting this, and this is what happened here. And, he was saying, duplicate FEINs are not allowed. And he said that he saw that I created the report online, and he also took down some more notes and ensured that it was getting all forwarded to the right department. Now, the IRS does not disclose what they do in these situations. At this point right now, her FEIN may still be valid, or maybe they already invalidated it and sent her a letter. They would send her a letter by mail. Once they go through this and see that it is a duplicate FEIN, in this case, the person that's had the FEIN longer, which is myself since 2013, hers is since 2024. I've had mine 11 years longer, right? They're going to actually cancel her FEIN and tell her she has to reapply under a different business name. And that right there is the big thing right there, because without a federal employer identification number, you cannot open up any business accounts for your business, right? And that's the reason why I ended up getting an FEIN initially, was not only to protect my business, but to also be able to get a business account. So I do have all that, and I don't have to disclose my business account or anything like that, but I have all that, right? And what matters is I have the FEIN since 2013. Still valid to this day, okay? So my advice to you, ma'am, in all full disclosure here, and so, there are no surprises for you, because honestly, I'm just trying to do the right thing. That's all I've been trying to do all along, right? I'm not trying to surprise you or anyone with anything. I'm just trying to do the right thing here. You should contact the IRS as soon as possible by phone, and ask them the current status of your FEIN. Now, they may still be working on it. It may still be active. They might be able to give you information on it, or they might not, because they might say, hey, we can't verify who you are by phone. We'll eventually send you out our decision or what's going on by mail, right? And as far as I'm concerned, she might have already, like I said, she might have already received a notice stating that you've created a duplicate FEIN, and this other FEIN's been active since 2013. We are removing this from our system. You will need to reapply under a different business name. So that means it's not a matter of if that happens, it's a matter of when that happens. When that happens, those businesses, those LLCs, and the incorporated company, all that, she will not be able to attach any business accounts to them. And she'll have to change the name of her business to be able to get an FEIN. That's it right there. So contact the IRS. And again, I don't know what the status is. This was all, reported well over a month ago, closer to a month and a half ago. So something may have been done by now, or it may still be in progress, but just a heads up for you. At some point, you're going to have to make that change. So might as well be proactive about it. That's all I'm saying. Right? All right. No one else chatting right now anymore? Okay, that's interesting, right? That's interesting. It's all good, right? All right, we are at 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up very, very soon. I'm wearing the same shirt I wore on the members only live stream the other day. My lady got me this new Under Armour shirt, just like they have on the show The Challenge on MTV with the big UA logo. So I wanted to do this because I want to make her proud. My woman is really, really thoughtful, and I love her to death. Thank you, babe, for the shirt. So, at this point right now, if you folks want to go to the community wall and listen to that audio on Coach J threatening me, I'm not going to keep that publicly available for much longer, because I just don't want that stuff. I don't want that negativity on my channel. I put it out there long enough for people that need to see it or want to see it, can see it. Now, if you're somebody that's going to watch this on the replay later today or tomorrow, I'm sorry, just know it is legitimate. I'm not going to play it here, because even though, these people are broadcasting on Rumble, they can still file a copyright. And I'm not going to give them anything. This is being hosted elsewhere. It's not anywhere on YouTube. It's not on any social media site. It's on one of my private websites. Very nice shirt, brother. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. 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 Thank my woman for that, man. This was Dawn's idea, not mine. I told Dawn, don't spend any money on me, but I mean, she's a good woman. She's a good woman. What more can I say? It is what it is, right? But at this point right now, there's nothing more for me to say regarding this. I'm going back to not talking about it. I wanted to come out here and update everyone. I also wanted to communicate with the woman that's suing me because I don't trust her or her partner, Coach J, to have a conversation with them by phone. They will record it and they will put it out there publicly. All right. I don't trust them. This is the only way I feel comfortable, addressing them, which, in small claims court, you can talk with the other person. You can try to negotiate. You can try to settle. You can try to do all that. All I'm going to say is this, is that I look forward to the court date. The courthouse is 20 minutes from where I live, right up the 101. I'm prepared. I've got lots of videos, lots of audios, lots of pictures, lots of documents. Also, there are many people that are in progress of writing these statements, regarding the behaviors of the other people or of the people involved in the case, primarily the lady and even the other guy, Coach J. And I know that Coach J and the woman that's suing me was saying on their show earlier or yesterday evening that you're going to have just a little bit of time to present your case. All of it's going to be relevance, right? Right. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to do this. My very first question to you, ma'am, I'm even going to tell you how I'm going to present my case. That's how confident I am here. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to present my case. My very first question to the plaintiff, the lady suing me, is going to be, when you filed for the business license in my hometown where I live, Redwood City, California, and you live in Florida, when you filed for the business license under the same exact business name that I've been running since 2011, did you know about my business name, or did you create that name on your own? And I'm going to ask you that under penalty of perjury. Because here's the thing, ma'am. I also have streams from your former channel that's no longer around, downloaded, just like I do from Coach J and everyone else, that state what you were doing. And so, quite honestly, if you decide to perjure yourself and be dishonest, I will have clips of your past streams to prove, otherwise. So my advice would be for you to be honest about it, because that's the question I'm going to ask you, right? And if I do end up subpoenaing Coach J, or if you subpoena him, ma'am, like you were saying on your show, and bring him on as a whatever type of witness, right? First of all, I will play for the judge the threat, right? The threat, once again, where Coach J was saying, let me read the whole thing again. You've got to get that done right now. Go get it done, please, for all the love of all things holy. And he brings the Lord into this, right? Go figure. Go get this done because I want to be there. And then he says, I don't want to be there if I don't have to be. So first you want to be there, but then you don't want to be there if you don't have to be. But I really want to be there to laugh in your face after court. So you want to be there to laugh in my face after court, right? Now, that's not a threat there. That's more like a promise, right? Where it becomes a threat is because I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot. When you said face you down, right? That's a threat, okay? Or even if you said, I cannot wait to confront you in the parking lot, that's a threat, okay? You saying that whole line, that's a threat. Tell me in the chat if you think that's a threat, because I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot and laugh at you. You should go to my community wall, click the link, and listen to the 1 minute or so audio where he's saying this. You will hear him clearly say this in his voice. You can't deny it. because I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot and laugh at you. I can't wait to call you a cuck right to your fucking face, bro. Yeah, that's not nice to say, right? But also when you say right to my effing face, that's another threat there. If you think those are two threats, put the number 2. If you feel that's one threat, put the number 1. I think there are 2 threats there. And then the woman suing me says, because she realized, oh, Coach J lost it. He lost it. So now I got to try to save my case here by saying, she says, yeah, and unfortunately calling someone a name is not a crime. You're right. You can call me all the names you want. It's not a crime. But when you threaten me, when you threaten to face me down, and you threaten to say something right to my effing face, those are 2 threats in my opinion. They are a threat. That's that. Those are absolutely threats. I mean, I couldn't make this stuff up, folks, if I wanted to. I could not make this up if I wanted to. But yeah, there you have it. There you have it, folks. I'm just waiting to see what the chat says. There is a 1-minute delay between what I say and what goes out. But there you have it. And, I gave this lady many chances to do the right thing. I gave Coach J many chances to do the right thing. Opportunities, right? You can look at it as my form of a settlement agreement, right? And they basically, told me to pretty much F off, right? So, at this point, I look forward to the court case in 5 weeks. I'm ready to rock and roll. It behooves me that with the incredible mountain of evidence I have showing that this was all business identity fraud, and between what ends up happening, to other aspects regarding her business based on my police report to Redwood City Police, based on what happens with the Internal Revenue Service and my report with them, based on what happens with the Secretary of State. There's a lot of stuff in progress behind the scenes that I'm doing to protect myself and to report all of this. And so, with all that being said, if someone still wants to come all the way out here on the court date and spend all that money to travel, airfare is going to be at least $1,000 round trip. A hotel room for one night is going to be a couple $100. You're in the Bay Area. Everything's more expensive here. That's $1,200. Renting a car, another $100. $1,300. Food, probably another $100 or so. That's $1,400. Other miscellaneous stuff. So you're looking at least $1,500 to come out here. It was said in a very threatening manner, says AZ Prod. Do you folks think it was 1 threat or 2 threats? I think it was 2 threats. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, what he said there, along with that alone, what he said there is enough to get a restraining order on him. Okay. But what he's also said in the past about threatening me, even worse than that, would solidify it. But anyway, I'm going to just wait to see what the chat says, and then I'm going to go off the air. Please get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in just a few. Just letting you folks also know, more than likely there will be no Walking with Purpose stream later today on the secondary channel, Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams. Don has a couple appointments in the late afternoon, and we're going to sleep in. I've been working. I took a nap earlier, but I got up around 12 or 1 and had to take out trash. Tomorrow's trash day, or later today's trash pickup day. And then I've been working on this. So I've been working. Now I'm going to sleep in, and then in the afternoon, Dawn has a couple of, doctor's appointments that we're going to get to. So by the time I get back, it's going to be dark and won't walk. But I'll probably end up doing another stream tomorrow here on Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, the main channel. And it's going to be nothing to do with this. It's going to be probably some more dating stories and stuff like that. I know you love that kind of stuff, AZ Prod. So I know a lot of people love it. It's good content that can truly help men and women learn to better their lives personally and professionally. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Coach J also is the webmaster. They started a web page for their version of the GNA, right? And obviously, I have two of the most important domains: genuinenetworkingassociation.com and genuinenetworkingassociation.org. And I've had those domains, both of them, for over 10 years. If you do a search on them, I've owned them for over 10 years. I've got an overwhelming amount of proof, a mountain full of proof regarding all these documents where I've had all of these, federal employer identification number, seller's permits, website registrations for over 10 years. Right? But the main kicker is this. Okay? The main kicker is the fact that this lady filed for a business license here in my hometown in Redwood City when she lives in Florida. Now, she could have filed that certificate. She could have filed that tax certificate in another city like San Carlos right next door. But she did it because she wanted to block me out from doing it, right? That's why you did it. She could have actually applied for that business license in any city. But here's another thing. She's not a resident of Redwood City. She has no residency there and no business there. That's another thing, right? Okay. And again, the first thing I'm going to ask her in court is, when you filed for your business license, did you know about my business name? Or did you create that name on your own? Did you come up with that idea on your own? We all know she didn't. Now, number one, she'll either tell the truth and then it's case closed, or number two, she will perjure herself, and then I will prove to the judge with things she said on her live streams in the past before her YouTube channel was shut down that I have downloaded and saved that state otherwise. One way or another, I mean, it is what it is, right? One threat for certain. Okay. I think it's two, but one definitely. You're saying more so the face you down is the threat. And then he says, call you a CUCK right to your effing face, bro. That's probably questionable there, but definitely, I cannot wait to face you down in the parking lot. That is 100%. That is 1,000,000% threat right there. It is. And then secondly, again, if I do subpoena Coach J, number one, if I do subpoena him or she subpoenas him and he comes, I will be getting protection. I will make the court aware in advance of, I'll probably do it anyway. I'm probably going to file with the court regarding the threat from Coach J, because whether he's subpoenaed by her or by me, or he shows up as a spectator, I'm going to ask for sheriff's protection and a sheriff escort to my car, to and from, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is that. And again, if he does show up and he's a part of the case, I will ask him, under penalty of perjury, what's your relationship with this regarding, the plaintiff here? Did you tell her to file this? Did you make her aware that you did a similar thing to me 2.5 years ago when my channel was called The Grip on Life, and then you filed for a business name under that channel name I had back then, right? I'm going to wrap up by saying this. Coach J, here's the thing. You've been out here on YouTube for about, I'd say, almost 5 years. First year that I was on here 6 years ago, I didn't see you out here. Maybe you were, but you weren't as active. But you've been active out here for 5 years. And you've been going from community to community to community and just, creating issues after issues after issues. Trash talking people, saying things. You have all this money. You own all these cars, all these homes. You have all this and that. And honestly, I don't believe half the stuff that you say, right? But even if you had all that stuff, which I don't care whether you have it or not, I don't care. The bottom line is that, why do you feel the need to come out and just show off, even if you have all these things? Why do you feel the need? No one in their right mind that has all that stuff would feel the need to show it off. People that don't have that are trying to make up for what they're lacking, and they see other people have that they wish they could have, I'm just saying, man, it's really sad. And you playing this act of a mortar now, right? You playing this act, right? Well, maybe I didn't say that in the right way. You playing this act of this nice, down-to-earth, professional person, no one's buying it. No one's buying it. It's obvious to me that you're trying to do whatever it takes to give your partner the best chance to win this case. I think you more so, sir, want her to win this case, not for her, but for you, so you can get your rocks off that you took Eli down. You've been trying to take me down for the last 5 years. You guys have tried to take my channels down. You guys have tried to come real life at me. You've paid kids online to throw stuff at me at Red Morton Park on my walks. And you admitted that publicly, and I have that also as evidence, right? So the stuff you've done online and then the stuff you've taken offline, you think all of that behavior is normal? And you criticize me, regarding, my audience on YouTube, and people don't like me on YouTube. Yeah, I know there are a lot of people that don't like me, but there are a lot of people that do. But dude, you've been removed from more communities than anyone I've known in the last 6 years. You cause the same issues in every community. All you have to be is cool, calm, and collected. All you have to do is come around, hang out, share your thoughts, and don't intentionally try to stir the pot up by trash talking people. That's all, man. And here's the thing. I don't wish you any harm, sir, or the woman that's suing me any harm. I don't wish either one of you any harm. But what you're doing is intentionally trying to harm me when I've done nothing wrong to you. All I'm doing is running my business. That's all. That's all. We were getting botted, but we're not being botted anymore. It just went down to 24. That's okay. I'm sure there are rebroadcasts of this, and keep on rebroadcasting. Keep on stealing my content, even on their platform. It's still theft. Keep on trash talking me and saying things. Like, all this stuff is just going to make matters worse. It's time to really move on, right? Time to move on. I never wanted this to get to this point. You folks took it there. You took it there because you need to have some type of major conflict to have people pay attention to you folks. And that's just really sad to me. I got to go, folks. Thank you to everyone for being here. If you're watching this on the replay too, thank you for being here. Please consider donating to the channel if you want to support Don and I. Same thing here. You can super chat while we're still here, or super sticker. You can also send a Cash App or PayPal. And I've been sharing the link every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. And on the live stream replay, once it's done processing, it might take 12 hours to process. But on the live stream replay, or any other live stream replay or pre-recorded video, you can hit the super thanks, which is the thanks heart, and you can donate through the Google system if you prefer to do that over Cash App or PayPal. Thank you again, everyone, for your support. God bless you all. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.